While developing code, you sometimes get stuck while coding. Then what you do next? You Google it or go to Stack Overflow to get your answers. You pick some solution from Stack Overflow, implement it, and again you get stuck somewhere else. Then you want someone who could stay with you and answer all the questions. You need some tool that can integrate with your favorite IDE and you don't have to Google each of your technical questions online. Enter GitHub Copilot Chat, a revolutionary tool that can not only assist with coding but also comprehend natural language questions and provide insightful suggestions. So, in simple language, you can ask any programmatic question from GitHub Copilot Chat and get the solution in your IDE itself. Copilot will understand the context of your code and give a relevant solution. So, in this video, we'll uncover all the features of GitHub Copilot Chat and explain each of them in depth. Before we install GitHub Copilot, you'll need an active subscription for GitHub Copilot. You can follow this video to get GitHub Copilot for free. I have given the link in the description. Once we have got the subscription for Copilot, let's install GitHub Copilot on IDE. I'm using VSCode right now. We'll go to Marketplace and search for GitHub Copilot and install it. Once you have installed GitHub Copilot, you have to sign in with your GitHub account. I've already signed in. Let me introduce you Chat View. You can access Chat View via Activity Bar to further help Copilot give you more relevant answers. You can indicate the scope and intent of a question through agent and slash command. Agents are like experts who have a specialty that they can help you with, and you can talk to them in chat by mentioning them with symbol. Currently, there are three agents. Workspace has context about the code in your workspace and can help you navigate it, finding relevant files and classes. VSCode knows about the commands and features in VSCode editor itself and can help you use them. Terminal has answers to all the things that can be executed on terminal. So let's explore the working of agent workspace. Now let's explore slash explain command. This command will be explaining a step by step how the selected code works. Let's select the code for which we want explanation. And in the chat view, let's write down slash explain. Now GitHub Copilot is thinking and using workspace agent. And you can also see the reference that it is using as 5 to 10 line number. And it is giving you the explanation for the code that you have selected. So you can see the provided code finds the factorial of a given number. It uses the recursive function. It is telling you the exit conditions that are used here and each variable what it does. And in the end, it is also giving you this code is quite efficient, but it works only for positive numbers. For negative number, it could give Stack Overflow exception. Now, let's ask a very specific question for this code. Can you tell its time and space complexity? Let's see whether it is able to find its space and time complexity. So it is writing down, yeah, the time complexity is order of n and space complexity is also order of n. Nice. So it is also telling how the time and space complexity are measured. It's a very nice way of analyzing how your code or your algorithm would perform in production. So now let's explore slash fix command. So this will propose you a fix for the bugs in the selected code. So as a code is already selected, we'll just write down slash fix, write down a prompt and hit enter. So now it's analyzing the code. So the provided factorial code seems to be working only for positive numbers, and however it lacks error handling for the negative numbers. So we would have got Stack Overflow exception if we were using that code. We'll just use this code, copy it from here and paste it. We have handled the condition where the number is less than 0. So we'll not be getting Stack Overflow from now. So this is very wonderful way of fixing the code or refactoring the code that is already written. So now let's explore slash test. This will be generating unit test cases for the selected code. So as our code is already selected, we'll just write down slash test and just write down a prompt as generate unit test case. So it's thinking, yes, it has given you a JUnit test cases for this particular code. This could have taken a lot of time to write down, but this is very nice. And this could save a lot of time for developers for writing those test cases. You could also give a prompt to test out some particular business use cases also over here. I've given a very generic prompt over here. It is giving me option to copy. It is giving me option to insert into this cursor here. Let's click on these three dots and see, yeah, insert into a new file. We'll just click on this. We'll create a new file for this factorial test class and you can save it at the relevant position. Okay, now let's check whether this code is working or not. We'll click on allow. The test cases that it has generated are working, and yes, all the test cases are working fine. This could save a hell lot of time for developers writing down these test cases. Now we'll explore slash new command. This command will create new project based on the natural language description that you'll write down. So to create a Spring Boot microservice, you have to go to Spring Initializer, select all the jars that you want to add, and then click on generate to do it. I'll give you a smarter way of doing it. You'll just use slash new command and write down a prompt to create Spring Boot microservice project. You can write down this Java version over here. Write down it should have Java 17, the latest version. Let's write down the name of the microservice that we want as Copilot microservice. Now let's ask it to include all the necessary jars. We are not giving any specific description. Copilot will itself think and add the relevant dependencies. Just need to tell it that we want a RESTful application that can run all the test cases and RESTful APIs. And let's wait for a few seconds before it generates. It is generating a Spring Boot microservice. So this is the preview of the microservice structure that we have got. It has pom.xml application property, the microservice name that we have given. Let's click on pom.xml. Let's check out all the dependencies that it has added. Yes, it's using Java 17 version that we have asked. It has added all the dependencies like starter web, JPA it has inbuilt database H2, Lombok, and the test dependency that we have asked. The name of the project is a Copilot microservice as we have asked. You can also give better prompts to change the group ID over here. Now let's check out this application.java. Yes, it is using Spring Boot microservice over here. And this application test is also created. Now this project looks good to you. You can click on this create workspace and select a folder where you want this to be there and set this as parent folder. So it will be creating files and all the relevant things over here and putting them in the folder that you have asked. This is such an easy way of doing it, and this is just the example of Java that I have given you. You can build projects on the languages that you have never worked on. This is very smart way of developing project from scratch. If you have worked with Jupyter before, here with GitHub Copilot Chat, you don't have to write down all those codes now. You can just give a clear prompt and it will create a Jupyter notebook for you. The slash command that does this part is slash new notebook. Just write down slash new notebook and write down the kind of Jupyter notebook that you want. What I'm trying to make is something complex as to analyze the weather report and predict the kind of weather that would happen. This will have year data of weather for a particular city. After analyzing this data, you have to produce a trend for each month and forecast the weather. So let's hit enter now. And GitHub Copilot is thinking now. We'll just close down the tabs that we don't want. So it has created a structure like to import required libraries, load the data, data cleaning and pre-processing, explanatory data analysis, trend analysis, and weather forecast. So it has given all the steps that you have to follow to make this Jupyter notebook. We can just hit on this create notebook icon and the whole project will be ready. Let's hit on create notebook and let's wait for some time to create fully developed project for this one. This might take some time. I'll just fast forward it. So it is generating all the sections, diagnosis, explanatory data analysis over here. Now it has developed everything. We'll just scroll up and see. It has done the importing of the required libraries over here. And if you go down, weatherdata.csv, you have to provide it over here. So pandas data frame that it is using right now, and data cleaning and pre-processing that it is doing, and trend analysis it is doing, and weather forecasting. All these steps it has done. You can see it has plotted all the predicted values and into the graph format. Yeah. If you give a better prompt, and you can develop a very complex application over here without doing anything. So now let's explore @terminal over here. This right now comes as a part of /terminal, but later on this will be a part of @terminal and will not be a part of @workspace. With this command, you just have to give this Copilot a command to run something and it will give you the exact terminal command. So no longer you have to remember those terminal commands. I'll ask it to how to run factorial test.java using Maven command. So it's analyzing the structure and it's giving me an option to run directly. I'll just click on this. Okay, it's scanning project and it has started running the test cases. Yes, and the build is success. Perfect. You don't have to remember the command for Maven. So let's ask it something different, not using Maven. We'll ask it to run it using Java C command. Let's see whether it is able to answer it. Yes, it has given me the command Java C of factorial.test and then Java. Perfect. We'll explore the last part of this GitHub Copilot chat, that is @VSCode. With @VSCode, we have a command of /API where you can ask questions related to VS Code, about its extension development, about the search operations that we have, and multiple others. /API about how can I develop an extension for a special setting for VS Code during screencast. I'm not well versed about how to create extensions for VS Code. There are 4 steps that it has given. Now let's ask it how can I publish this VS Code extension. So again, it has given me a few commands that I have to run to publish this.
That's it from my side. If you have any questions on this process, then you can comment below. If you want to know more about GitHub Copilot, then you can check out other videos on my channel. Share this video with all your peers. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more such content.